So what is going on, guys? Triple G here, back with another Outriders video, and today we're going to talk about my first impressions and answer that important question of, based on what I've experienced in the demo, would I purchase the full game? Guys, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week, and otherwise, let's get straight into this video. So we're going to break the video down into 4 key components: what I think about the story, what I think about the gameplay, what I think about the graphics and performance, and then what I think about the potential of this game. So let's start off with the story. I'm not one for story. Let me just put it out there right now. I skip most cutscenes. Probably the only story I've really been interested in a long time was The Last of Us. But I will say that the people, the main protagonists, whether you choose a female or a male character, they're actually quite interesting, and they have some funny lines when in the demo. Now, don't get me wrong, some of the cutscenes are in the wrong FPS, and there is some really janky looking graphics in there. However, what I would say is it has the potential to be somewhat interesting, and what I really do like is our main character actually speaks a lot, and you see us interacting quite a lot, which is something that you haven't seen in like Destiny or Borderlands for some time. Moving on to the gameplay, and what you would expect with a game developer that's worked on Gears of War is the gameplay feels pretty sick. The gunplay and the movement feels excellent. The abilities that you play feel really powerful, even though we've only had half of them, whilst some of the characters don't really benefit from the demo, like the Pyromancer and the Technomancer at times can feel a little bit underpowered when compared to the Devastator and the Trickster. Most of what you get from the demo does feel great. The movement is quite fluid. The cover system I barely use. They have mentioned in their trailer that the cover system is for cowards, so I wouldn't necessarily think I was going to use it that much. But honestly, the game feels really slick when it comes to just the gunplay, mixing and matching those ability and those really fast cooldowns. Thinking about the actual graphics themselves, I would say that I'm playing on PC and I haven't had a single problem with the graphics. The one thing that everybody has jumped on is the fact that motion blur should not be in this game, and there should be an ability to turn it off. They have already remedied that, and when the full game releases, motion blur will be able to be turned off in the menus. There is a workaround for PC, which you can find on my Twitter page if you want to, which will disable the motion blur. But other than that, I have had solid frames while playing on PC. I've had reports from my console players that it has played really well, and let's not forget that this is a full crossplay game as well. So, and that is out of the gate from the demo as well. You need to just, you know, turn it on in the main menu, but the game itself is playing very well. I have not had really any FPS drops. I'm playing on 1440 and running 144 frames most of the time, and in heavy combat fights I may be dropped to 120, if that. The final thing that we're going to touch on is the potential of the game, and this is a really interesting one. Bear in mind, we're only playing a demo. We can only get to level 7, and we only get a very limited amount of skills. I can already safely say that this is a game that I am going to buy, and I think I will enjoy. The mods and the different types of weapons feel really fun. The abilities feel really powerful. The level of customization that looks like and build diversity that you see with the armor slots feels really good. I have only made it to level 7. We only have blue gear, but already I can see build patterns developing, particularly for the Devastator main. But you can work out exactly what these abilities try and do, and work out what synergies are going to happen when the main game comes out. In addition to all of this, we haven't even seen the crafting and the customization menus. We haven't even seen that we're going to be able to mod these weapons to put different abilities on them to suit our builds, which will cut down on some of the farming time. And all of that as well, there is 14 expeditions / strikes / takedowns, whatever you want to call them, end-game content, 14 of these that are non-recycled content. Non-recycled content. So whatever you see in these expeditions, you are going to see new areas, new things. It's going to be fantastic. So overall, answering the question, would I buy this game? Absolutely yes. I think that it has a ton of potential. I would like to see a roadmap now of new content that's coming out on this game, because it has been wildly well received from all corners of the gaming community. So that's it for today's video, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to the channel or join us over on Twitch. We stream 5 times a week. And otherwise, I'll catch you on the flip.